Let's see, we'll move on next to elected officials updates, and Ms. Wegner.
Okay, Kylie Wegner, County Assessor. Is this on?
Yeah, if you can even take the microphone out too, if you need to.
In a special BOC meeting held September 23rd, Commissioner Trost announced that the county would be contracting with a firm to perform a forensic audit. The cost of the audit was quoted at $125,000 and not to exceed $150,000. The bid was approved by both Commissioners Hollinger and Coker after minimal discussion. The forensic audit would focus on specific areas. According to the bid, Phase 1 would be a preliminary assessment of district distributions and a detailed sampling of approximately 10% of the county district's distributions. The point of interest on this audit names distributions to districts, which are the funds turned over from the Assessment and Taxation Office to the Treasurer. Page 11 of the bid states that the phase will be to conduct preliminary interviews with designated county staff to gain an understanding of circumstances and records involved with the county's concerns related to district distributions from July 2019 through June 2024. During the special meeting, Commissioner Coker asked fellow board members if there was a need for any other departments within the county to be a part of the discussion or the process. Commissioner Trost answered with no, not at this time, he believed. Commissioner Trost's answer to Mr. Coker's question seemed a bit strange, considering that the funds are turned over from the tax office to Treasury. Current Treasurer Nick Vicino relies on the help from the tax office staff for many Treasury duties, including past distributions. Immediately, a red flag went up. I had already brought this to Nick Vicino's attention on June 2nd, 2025. I made him aware via email that the distributions made to the districts were not correct. There were 3 districts not paid and several paid incorrectly, not to mention they were paid out of an incorrect line item. The reason I was able to make this discovery is that we provide Department of Revenue with a report every year called the Summary of Taxes Collected. It requires us to request balances from the treasurer and put those balances on our report. There was more than $1.1 million in a line item that shouldn't have been there. This prompted my office to dive in deeper to find out what was actually happening. Upon further investigation, we discovered that the County General was one of the districts that did not receive payment. This is in the amount of $64,103.49. The 4-H district was also not paid in the amount of $10,806.51. I encouraged Treasurer Vicino to take it to the board so it could be presented at the next budget meeting. He did just so, but to my surprise, after attending the June 16th budget meeting, this issue was never raised. I came fully prepared to discuss the issue and provide my documentation. When I reached out to Treasurer Vicino and asked if he'd actually notified the BOC, he confirmed in an email sent to myself on June 17th that he had notified them the week prior. When I pressed him on the issue of transparency and why it wasn't brought up to the public, he said they, meaning the board, didn't think it was the time or place. If not in a budget meeting, then I'm curious to know when they think is the time and place. The BOC and DCO/legal counsel held on to this knowledge of the distribution errors for 4 months. Now they want to pay an audit firm $25,000 to begin the preliminary assessment on something they already knew about but didn't feel it was the right time to disclose to the public. For a board that can't get through a meeting without using the word transparent, it seems very orchestrated on how they were going to tell the public. Spending $125,000 to act transparent is a misuse of funds. And Trost mentioned in that special meeting, no other department was involved, or no other department's involvement was needed at this time. Again, another huge red flag. Commissioner Trost also states that this is time sensitive because they want the districts to know exactly what they have going into budget season, County General included. They had this information prior to this year's budget and failed to disclose not only to the district, but to the public as well. For a broke county, $64,000 would sure go a long way. So for the group of people that keep saying the budget is balanced, it is not. There is money still owing, and per statute, those districts are entitled to interest. In addition, there are several other inconsistencies that I've yet to receive answers to. I am 100% in favor for a complete forensic audit. In fact, I had Department of Revenue conduct an audit on my office in April. But there are several other areas that could be looked at first instead of paying for something you already know. How about payroll, the road funds, or even cash receipting? I'm sure soon after tonight, the BOC will do a press release trying to discredit me and my findings. But I will never apologize for coming forward with the truth, be it the county finances or the disrespect from a county employee who you, the board, have given all-encompassing power. I will continue to teach my children to speak up, even if it inconveniences the people at the top. Regarding your last press release about your unbiased investigation, I have yet to see it. All three of you know what disrespectful things were said and done to me. I highly doubt you guys get invited to meetings to doll up the place, but rather for your ideas and your input. In that release, you don't even deny that those were sent to me. You just don't take issue with the behavior. So the fact that you end the press release that you were all dedicated to a respectful and professional work environment is laughable. Commissioners Trost and Commissioners Hollinger, you both serve on separate school boards. This should be alarming to our community and its citizens that the two of you find this type of behavior acceptable. And Commissioner Coker, your silence on the matter speaks volumes. Thank you.